Thank you for joining me on this episode of Highway Spec. My name is Trent. We're going to jump right into it and spec out the 2024 Chevy Silverado. So the 2024 Silverado has been completely reworked. It is a completely redesigned interior, which is what the Silverado needed desperately. But that brings us to today, because the new Silverado has a much better interior along with a few exterior tweaks. But we're not just going to do any build. We're going to do a max spec build because you guys have loved it. Looking back at the F450 build that we did, that ruffled some feathers because that truck started at $100,000 for the trim that we were going with. I have no idea what we're going to end up with here on the Silverado HD, but here we go. We're going to go ahead and spec out a 2024 model.
Let's do it!
All right, so apparently we're starting at $44,600. That looks pretty basic, and it's saying, as shown, 62.6. Will we hit 100,000? Now, granted, this is not the GMC version, so it won't be as expensive. Let's see what the Chevy ends up being. We're going to go ahead and do a crew cab long bed. And because we're going for cost here, we're going to add the dual rear wheels because it adds a little bit to the cost. And here's where we get to the high country version. Look at this. With the gas motor, $76,050. That is pricey. Of course, adding the 6.6 Duramax diesel adds even more. Starts at $85,540, and that is where we're starting at.
I'm just getting started.
Of course, we've got to add the paint options, radiant red or iridescent pearl. We're going to go ahead and do the iridescent pearl. It is a very popular color on these trucks. Wheels, there's really not much of an option. You get the polished aluminum wheels with the dually. That's just all there is to it. Just because we can mix it up, we're going to go ahead and do the two-tone leather seats. And here we go getting into the packages. We're going to add the snowplow prep and camper package, the gooseneck hitch package, of course, and that also added the fifth wheel package. Now we want to black out the outside trim, apparently, because it's $550, so let's go ahead and do that.
Every little bit helps.
We're also going to add the assist step and tonneau value package for $1,645. Getting the rear camera mirror, which I think is essential on a truck nowadays, because if you've got cargo back there, you can't quite see through. So we're going to go ahead and add the rear camera mirror in the technology package. Gives you adaptive cruise control, heads-up display. And then also the high country premium package is going to be added to this one. All right, I gotta say, so far I'm a little impressed at the restraint on on Chevy's part, because options can go crazy, and we're only at $92,000 so far. I'm having my doubts we'll make it up to $100,000, but let's keep plugging away. We're gonna add the multi-flex tailgate for $260. Power retractable assist steps, which does get rid of the tonneau cover and these steps for losing $145, but we can also add back the hard folding tonneau cover, and that will get us more. We're at $93,730. All right, we've got a couple of low-cost options here. The only one it actually let me add without getting rid of a bunch of other packages is the high idle switch, so that added $200 to our total. Okay, we can add the decal to the Chevy tailgate there. Adds $109. Let's jump into the interior options. Here we've got the all-weather floor liners for $220 and a console-mounted safe for $230. And that is actually kind of impressive that it did not get to $100,000. So this is the brand new, redesigned 2024 model, and it is only, and I use that relatively speaking, only $94,380. And that does include the freight charge on it. So that is actually kind of impressive that it was that inexpensive. Added $4,340 in packages, $13,550 in options. And there's our total, and there's our truck. What do you think of that max spec build? Would you spend this much money on a truck, or would you spend that money elsewhere? Make sure to drop a comment below, and I will catch you on the next one.